开始录音了吗？太早了吧！今天是跟拍我一整天的日子，对吧？好了，小等起来。
大家好，我是 Jack。今天我要跟大家分享一下，在我观察中西文化之后，发现为什么台湾比较少人得到 COVID-19 的这个原因。其实我们在台湾的生活习惯真的救了我们一命。接下来我会用英文来分享，这样才能让更多外国人看懂这个影片。不想听英文的大家也不要害怕，你可以打开中文字幕就好了哦。
So, what are the habits that set Taiwanese apart? Why has Taiwan had so many fewer cases of COVID-19 compared to the rest of the world? I think there are many different factors. I'm going to name probably 9 or 10 of them in this video. The first one is the culture of not wearing shoes inside. Now, I've already done a whole video about this. You can check that out, so I'm not going to talk more about it here. The next one is... Oh, shoot, I gotta start teaching. I'll tell you the rest of them in a little bit. Okay, I finished teaching, but now actually I have to run to lunch. It's my wife's birthday, so we're gonna go celebrate that. I'll talk to you on the way. Today I'm taking Taipei's MRT system, and I have to say I am in love with how clean the station and the trains are. Let me show you what I mean. By the way, another great benefit we have in Taiwan is easy access to places to clean our hands. I'm going to record the public bathrooms that are available in the station and as many of the hand sanitizing stations as I can find along my way. Actually, public bathrooms are something that we take for granted in Taiwan. I can tell you I lived in Chicago for a while and public bathrooms are not common there. If you want to use one, you probably have to go inside a store or a restaurant, and then the bathroom is often locked. You need to ask for a key from the staff. The public transit there, the stations often don't have a bathroom, or if they do, it's dirty. Just as I thought, I made it all the way here without touching anything outside of my own pockets. That's pretty amazing. All right, we're here. Let's eat. And think about when we cook meals in Taiwan and when we're eating, we use a lot of different utensils. For instance, when we have hot pot, look, I have this kind of tongs just for the raw meat to put it in the pot. And then we have multiple different spoons to cook with, to remove the ingredients. I have my own chopsticks for eating. And this might not seem like a big deal. I mean, of course, in America, we use utensils to use knives, forks, spoons. But the thing is, we have a lot of different things that we eat in America that we use our hands. I mean, think about bread rolls at a meal, fried chicken, pizza, sandwiches, all kinds of desserts like cookies. I mean, a lot of people would just grab those right with their hands. But a lot of food in Taiwan, your hands never touch it. The other thing I notice is while I'm walking out on the street, almost everyone is wearing a mask. Only probably 1 or 2 people out of the people on the street don't have a mask on. It's not technically required out on the street right now. If you go anywhere inside, then you have to, but even out on the street, people are just keeping their mask on. But I would say even before the pandemic came out, I would see at least 25% of the people wearing masks anyway. It was already a habit for them. Man, what a busy day. All right, now I've got a special call with Amazing Talker. I'll see you in a bit. You know how I was mentioning earlier that food in Taiwan is designed so that you don't need to touch it with your hands? Well, here's a great example, the rice ball from the convenience store. Let me show you how it works. First, you need to find the number 1. Okay, we're going to pull this strip down and we pull it all the way around. Okay, now we find the number 2. Here we go. And we're going to pull off this corner of the package. Okay. Just like that. I'm going to put the rice ball back into this corner. Now I'm going to pull off number 3, the third corner. The way this package is designed, the seaweed is kept away from the rice, so the seaweed stays fresh. It doesn't get all wet. But at the same time, it allows you to eat it without ever touching it with your hands. There are a lot of examples of this in Taiwan, where the convenient food, the food that you would often eat with your hands, is packaged in a way so that you never have to touch it. Well, I'm gonna eat some cookies now, a little more American style. And while I do, I thought I could share a little bit about why the virus would spread more easily. I want you to imagine that you go to visit a friend. People still want to spend time together. So if you go to someone's house, we are pretty okay with physical contact in America. So it's very common to hug your friend or slap them on the back. And then when there's food being passed around too, someone offers you a cookie, what do? You just take it. And just like that, the virus might be passed. It's a cultural difference. Well, I guess if you're here already, I'll name my last 2 favorite things about culture in Taiwan. The first is that people like to take their showers in the evening time. And that's just so smart, because we should wash off all of the oil and dirt and germs from the day, right? Especially before we get into our beds. And the last thing is I love wet bathrooms in Taiwan. In America, a lot of the bathrooms are not wet bathrooms. You can't just spray water everywhere. But in Taiwan, there's a drain in the floor, and actually we like to wash the toilet and the sink every day while we're showering. Just really quickly. Finally bedtime. By the way, I want to justify the way Americans do things. Americans like to take showers in the morning time. Most people say it's because it helps them wake up and get ready for work. I completely understand that. The only thing is that many people don't take another shower at night, and I think we need to change that habit. Also, a lot of Americans can't have a wet bath in their home. We build a lot of buildings out of wood, and it's just not realistic to have a full wet bath. In summary, what can we learn from Taiwan and Asia? 1, wear inside shoes and keep outside shoes outside. 2, have more easy access to hand washing and hand sanitizing. 3, have more hands-free ways of doing things in the city, like transportation. 4, keep public places, like train stations, cleaned and sanitized. 5, make mask wearing a habit. Even outside of pandemic time, it can be a smart thing to do. 6, be mindful if you're going to be eating with your hands. Be sure to wash them carefully, or use utensils or eat straight from the package. 7, be sure to wash yourself at night. Take a shower, change your clothes. And 8, if you don't have a wet bath, at least we can try to keep our bathrooms and doorknobs and light switches a little bit cleaner. Okay, finally time to sleep. I'm gonna flip my sanitized light switch. Good night, everyone. Stay safe. We'll get through this.
And though I make mistakes, I'll never break your heart. And I swear by the moon and the stars and the skies I'll be there.